Saquon, how do you think Trace did, just being that it was his first, full game in his career?
I think he did a great job. Like I said, as a quarterback at Penn State, in front of that crowd, your first game could be nerve-wracking, and I think he carried himself amazing. And the way he handled himself on the sidelines, he was very vocal, being a leader, and he fought for yards, made a lot of plays for us, and he helped us a lot to win.
This week was kind of an emotional game because it was your first game. Next week's going to be emotional for different reasons, obviously. Can you talk about the challenge of that game next week for you guys in terms of the whole in-state rivalry and everything?
Yeah, it's an in-state rivalry, but the way we look at it is another game to us. No, they're not different than Kent State. Pitt's not different than Ohio State, Michigan. Yes, it's a little rivalry in the past, but we're really not focusing on that. We're focusing on getting better as a team and to playing out our standard that we hold for ourselves and hopefully be able to come out with another W.
You know your followers, though, really want this game really bad, right? The fans out there?
Yeah, I know. I understand that, but we can't get too caught up on one team. And I feel like if we get caught up to one team, we're not going to be successful. And we're not getting caught up on one team. The way we want to, the standard that we have for our stuff, we kind of played our standard. We don't play against the team. Play the standard that the offense and the defense holds to themselves. And we want to hold each other accountable to each other. And hopefully next week we come out more developed and more focused and take away the little stuff like mental errors, including myself, and put together a better game.
Did it feel different? I know you've got offensive line, more depth, kind of running quarterback this year. I guess try to explain how it maybe felt different out there.
It just felt different because going from camp to a real game, a real life situation. But going off of last year, I felt stronger. I wasn't really satisfied with my play personally. Feel like I didn't do what I needed to do. But like I said, at the end of the day, we won the game. And that's all I'm really focusing on. And I'll go back in film, go back and tape, watch what I need to fix, watch what I need to work on, and hopefully next week I can come and be even a better player for my team.
How much is a running quarterback and the options that you guys use? You scored a couple times off those plays. How much does that help you guys in the red zone?
I feel like having to run the quarterback takes a lot of pressure off a running back, to be honest with you, because there's so much that they can do. They can try to load the box, but you have to have someone accountable for the quarterback, and we have a lot of RPOs, and you have someone accountable for me and the quarterback, then we'll go over top of the ball. So I feel like having to run the quarterback is really beneficial to the offense and to the running back.
What were you satisfied about your own play?
I don't know. I feel like I left a lot of plays out there. It was the first game, a couple mental errors. Just little stuff I got to work on and stuff that I focus on working on, and I just got to translate to the field.
Last year you carried the ball one time for 2 yards in the opener. Can you contrast that guy to the guy you are now?
Just more mature, more prepared, 10 times better player personally in my opinion, and hopefully I'm able to show it next week.
Saquon, what are some things you like to see from the offensive line going forward against boxes that are overloaded like that? Because you're getting hit at the line of scrimmage and the backfield a lot.
There's only so much you can do as an offensive line when they're loading the box. I think the offensive line did a tremendous job today, especially for me running the ball. It's literally like if they load the box, that means there's going to be one guy unaccountable for, and that's where I got to step up as a player and as a leader of this team, where I got to make that one guy miss or make a play.
You had to throw over the top a couple of times because the extra guy in the box. It seemed like it was close to clicking. Did you guys sense in the huddle that there's not much difference between a really good effort and a hit-and-miss effort like you had this week? Yes, I'm sorry. You guys were not that far apart from a very good sustained effort today. What will it take between this week, to get ready for Pittsburgh next week on the offensive line?
Just focus on the little things and fix the little mistakes we had this week. Like I said, we won the game. We still put up 30 points, one of those touchdowns. Great play by Monty on the defensive side, obviously. But we felt like we left about a good 21 out there. Still being able to put up 30 points and felt like you left 21 out there, you can't be too upset with that, but you know that you're capable of, and you know you're better than that. So I'm really looking forward to see how the guys attack the week, and I feel like we're going to have a great week of preparation, and I'm really excited for this game Saturday. Thank you.
The offseason has so much anticipation waiting for the season. Now that you've got week 1 in the books, does that help at all in terms of getting settled down, going into just a week-to-week process?
Yeah, it helps getting settled down, and it helps you see where you're at right now. Personally, like the little things I missed, go back into the film room with Coach Huff, and don't be afraid to see the stuff you miss. Take it in and make it part of the game and get better at it. And with the offense, same thing there. We just got to get better as a whole. But I think we played well, but not what we were capable of doing. And if you ask any one of these guys on the offensive side of the ball, we're not satisfied with what we did today.
Do you have a preference where you like to get the ball? Do you like to get it on the edges, already moving? Do you like it up the middle between the tackles? Do you have a preference in that regard?
Nah, I really don't have a preference, to be honest with you. I just let Joe Mo call the play, and I just try to make something happen.
The fact when you have the read option and you can see the guys coming at you, whether you're going to get it or not. I mean, you had to make a couple of quick jump moves right away. Do you like the way it's set up for your vision to see what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, being able to see him and be able to make a move on him earlier really helps the running back a lot. I got to do a better job seeing him earlier. I got to do a better job reading defenses personally for myself. But the read option really helps. Like I said, having a running quarterback or dual threat quarterback really helps your offense and the running back. It takes a lot of pressure off you guys.
When you score, talk about when you see that edge and you see the chance to get inside the pylon. What's going through your mind as soon as you see that?
When I saw the pylon, I was like, man, you got to get in there. Back in Beaver, nothing better than scoring in Beaver. The only thing better than scoring in Beaver is winning in Beaver, to be honest with you. So I saw the edge. I tried to beat him to the edge. Last year when I got in a situation like that, I used to stretch the ball a lot. So try to focus on not stretching too far because it wasn't the last down. And that's somewhere I think I improved as a player.
How hard was that 100-yard effort? I mean, you had to work and scratch for just about everything.
I didn't even pay attention to that. I didn't know I had 100 yards until you told me, to be honest. But, I mean, Penn State were a really good defense, and they're a really good team. And their safety, number 18, I told him after the game, he's one hell of a player. He's a really good player. He does a really good job of getting real close and getting down in the box early and not really letting you go anywhere in a tight space, and you got to make a miss in a tight space. And he did a really good job, and Kent State did a really good job. But overall, at the end of the day, we came out with a W, and I think the offense and the defense have a lot to work on. And that's kind of what you kind of are expected to have on first game. And just improve. Like I said, last year, our first game we lost. We were able to recover, but this year started with a W and started with a win. And getting confidence for a young team. I'm part of being a young guy, but like a young team, I guess you could say, just really helps us out a lot.
Saquon, you talked in camp about making a couple plays where afterwards you don't really remember. Your body kind of did it. Do you have any of those plays today? Any plays where you stopped and afterwards you went, wow?
Not really. I mean, I had a couple cuts, I guess you could say, but I was really more impressed with some of the plays my teammates were making. That catch by DeAndre Tompkins was one hell of a catch. Mike did a great job on our one play, getting it open for a touchdown. Trace did a really good job of reading defense and be able to make stuff happen. So, I mean, I was more impressed with a lot of my teammates' plays, and that's the type of guy I am. I love seeing my teammates succeed and making plays, making great plays.
Speaking about another young guy and first time in the spotlight, Amani Arwari, however you pronounce that last name. I mean, what did that do? The pick six, was that give you guys an extra spark?
Yeah, it definitely gave us extra spark. The play he made was ridiculous. I think it was man coverage, jumped the route perfectly, and took it to the house. I mean, that right there, especially in Beaver, that got Beaver going, and when Beaver gets going, the team gets going, it's kind of there's a trickle-down effect for the whole team.
Saquon, three wide receiver set, shotgun the whole night, or day, I guess, whatever it is. How comfortable are you guys in that, and how flexible do you think this offense can get?
I feel like we can get real flexible. We have a lot of playmakers with those three receivers and that tight end, and they're all confident in themselves to make plays, and we're all confident in ourselves that they're going to make plays. And like I said, going along down the season as we develop and get more confident, and just having a couple more plays and getting a lot more live situations, I feel like you're going to see that open up a lot.
You talked a few times about playing at Beaver Stadium. Knowing that the season opener was finally here, what was it like walking through the tunnel today?
Man, walking through that tunnel, like the only way, words can't even describe how you feel, and hearing that crowd roaring. First game, still probably 100,000 people there, and this Beaver Stadium is amazing. We got the best fans in the country, and I love playing for Penn State.
Miles seemed pretty relaxed today when you guys were warming up. Everybody was dancing like you guys said you usually do. Was that your impression of him, Sanders?
I really didn't notice that, but if he was relaxed, I mean, he's probably just taking it all in. I remember taking it all in last year as a freshman playing at Beaver. Getting a couple reps at kick return, and just seeing all those fans, not saying he was nervous or anything, more anxious, and just really being like, yeah, it's here. going from high school to that is a real big difference, and you're like, finally it's here. Like I'm here. I'm in college football. You're probably just taking it all in.
Did you have that at all today? Or is it kind of you're used to it now?
I mean, every time you walk in Beaver, I'm always in awe, but I'm kind of more relaxed and have more like I'm having fun more, dancing around, but also taking a serious approach at it. But staying focused, staying locked in, but dancing around, letting the jitters loose, and having fun with your teammates and making memories that you're gonna carry with yourself.